The Caribbean Coastal Area Management Foundation is a non-government organization based in Lionel Town in the Portland Bight Protected Area, and our main focus is management of the protected area. For the NFA, we manage 3 of the more than 16 sanctuaries that they have all around Jamaica. The sanctuaries all face similar threats, one of the main ones being overfishing. We also have an issue with high sea surface temperatures in the summer months creates bleaching and stress for the corals, which lead sometimes in some years to mass mortality of the corals. The support that we've gotten from JCP is directly influencing the work that we're doing in the sanctuaries. We have got financial support to create a coral nursery, which we hope will help us to increase the rate of recovery of some of the reef areas by providing additional propagules, creating lots and lots of baby corals that we can then return to the natural reef in the hope that some of the loss can be repaired in a shorter time span. But the idea is to focus on the sanctuaries and try and get them to be as productive as we can make them. If we can focus on these small areas and make a success, then we can learn the things we need to do to intervene on a larger scale.
The Jamaica Conservation and Development Trust is an environmental, non-governmental organization that has management responsibility for the Blue and Jonker Mountains National Park. We manage this vast area of about 41,000 hectares. We have been conducting a project in protecting the Blue Mountains, and we call it the Boundary Defense Project. Many people don't understand where the boundaries are on the ground. So we've actually been able to put up a number of boundary marking signs and planted a ribbon of trees along the boundary. We've also been doing community outreach and improving community capacity to respond to environmental challenges such as wildfires. They've also been able to engage the community a little bit better, not only through the targeted workshops, but just on patrols they're able to talk with people and sensitize a little bit about the work that they do and why it's important. We've also been restoring the local ecosystems, meaning that these areas that have been degraded over time, we've done a lot of work to remove invasive species and replant endemic and native trees so that we can all benefit from the ecosystem services that these trees provide. As people, we are part of this ecosystem and we benefit from it and the local communities benefit from it. So we just want to say thanks to the Jamaica Conservation Partners for this really critical investment in nature.
Jamaica Environment Trust is an environmental NGO not-for-profit based in Kingston, Jamaica, and we work right around the island. We focus on the brown issues. Those are things related to like air pollution, solid waste management, but our mission is to protect Jamaica's natural resources, and we do this through environmental education, the law and advocacy program, and conservation programs. We have been supported by Jamaica Conservation Partners for several years, and the funding has been very useful in really helping JET to continue our advocacy work. And so it allows us, whenever we have a complaint by a community member, it allows us to go into the field to see how best we can help them. It helps us to write letters, do short videos, whatever the issue is, to just bring awareness and to advocate for change. Advocacy is not project-based. It comes up, depending on the issue, it comes up, and the funding that we receive allows us to have that level of flexibility in the work that we do.
Southern Trelawny Environmental Agency is 26 years old, and we've been doing conservation work in Cockpit Country, trying to protect that landscape from any kind of degradation, and more recently against mining. We also outreach into communities where we try to encourage entrepreneurship and business that allows people to earn from the environment in a sustainable way. A significant contributor to this process is the Jamaica Conservation Partners, which has come to give us assistance. And the assistance has helped us in a number of ways. We developed trails in some of the communities. We were able to train some people. We were able to introduce the business of community science, where we can look more in depth at some of the problems affecting the community and in the environment. So we feel empowered and we feel considerably sustained by the assistance that has come from an organization like this. And we look forward for continued partnership as we go forward, having a better sense of what we need to do, how we need to do it.
The organization is the White River Fish Sanctuary, and it's a partnership between the White River fishermen and then interested other people around the area. And the core aspect of it was really to have more fish so that fishermen can have sustainable livelihood. But of course, fish don't exist alone. You know, the fish need the corals need the fish. You actually need the whole marine environment to be healthy. So we do grow corals within the sanctuary, have a couple of nurseries, 2 or 3 nurseries, and we're out planting corals all the time within the area, and so the fishermen already say that they see an improvement. We see lots of conchs in the area, we've seen some good sized snappers, we just see more fish in the area. And of course what the sanctuary really does, and this is hugely important, it gives us an opportunity to educate. The White River Fish Sanctuary gives us a platform to go out to talk to people, and then with JCP, you know, their funding has helped us to support those wardens who are doing that job. You know, if people understand why throwing their rubbish is not a good thing, you know, we will eventually get this problem solved. And you know, grants from places like JCP, you know, really enable us to get out and do that, and educate and, you know, help Jamaica to be better for us all. So thank you very much, JCP.